Everyone swarms back over. Look at the swarm.
All the crocodiles are just swimming in.
Oh boy.
They're all.
Get them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, look at them go.
Death upon us.
Look at that guy just using them all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the St. Augustine Alligator Farm and to our alligator feeding demonstration. My name is Noah. Before I begin to feed the American alligators out here, and we have about 250 of them out here, let's quickly go over a couple of safety rules. So anything you all have in your hands, not directly attached to your bodies, cell phones, cameras, souvenir cups, small children, that type of thing. Make sure we're holding on to everything very tightly. Please don't dangle anything over the railings of wooden fences or leave anything left unattended on any of those wooden twisted ledges. We have some very hungry American alligators in here, and anything that falls in here, you're probably not getting back. Now, of course, we do understand that accidents do happen, so if you do happen to drop anything into any of our enclosures here throughout the park, please don't hesitate to come on over and tell one of us, and we'll see what we can do about retrieving what's left of whatever you dropped in. We just can't make any guarantees or promises. Now, this is just a feeding demonstration, so not all of the American alligators are going to come on over and get a bite to eat, and that's perfectly fine, so don't feel too sad or upset if you see one of your favorite alligators sticking around on the sidelines, not participating. They may have eaten a whole bunch of food yesterday, a couple days ago, maybe a lot at the 12 o'clock feeding, and they're just not very hungry right now. Alright, so I do have a couple of different food items that I'm going to feed out. The first is what we give a majority of the time to many of our crocodilians here, and all of our alligators, and these are called croc pellets. So croc pellets are a specialized dry diet formula that meets all the nutritional requirements of alligators under professional animal care here at the St. Augustine Alligator Farm. As you can see, these pellets, they float on the surface of the water. It makes it really easy for our alligators to spot, but also allows us to monitor maybe how much or how little each alligator here is eating. These pellets are produced by an exotic feed manufacturer called Missouri Diets. And you might have not heard of that company, Missouri, but you probably know the company they're associated with, which is Purina, the same company that makes food for your dogs and cats. So it's a little bit like dog food, but there's a little bit more fish and goodies in it for alligators. And as you can tell, these alligators really enjoy these pellets a lot. In fact, the pellets are even formulated by biologists, veterinarians, and members of our own staff here at the St. Augustine Alligator Farm. We all got together and found out what allows alligators to live long, happy, healthy, and fulfilling lives here. But I know you probably didn't come here to see me feed out a whole bunch of pellets. You probably want to see some of the good juicy stuff as well. So that's why my second food item is called a whole food item. And today there's going to be some nice, somebody's excited, nice juicy rats. There we go. So yummy, right? Whole food items can be rats, rabbits, chicken, quail, guinea pigs, and even turkeys on Thanksgiving. Pretty much anything these alligators can sink their teeth into. Now there is a couple of advantages to feeding out a whole food item over a pellet. First of all, it's a little more enriching for an alligator to bite down onto a rat. But of course, all the nutritional benefits. The fur, the bones, the guts, all that yummy stuff you can't get in our snack bar over there, you can get right here in this rat. So let's see if we can't get a taker here. Right off the bat to come up and take this. That was close. Let's see, you're looking. All right, and your friend, there you go. Take it. Oh, you gotta grab one harder than that. Let's see, who's interested here? There you go. All right, down it goes. All right, let's get these alligators moving around just a little bit more with some pellets. And while I do this, I'll give you a little history of our park. So we're actually over 120 years old. We're 125 years old, actually. We were founded in 1893, and our original location is actually across the street where the state park is. 1920s, though, we had a whole bunch of natural disasters, hurricanes, floods, and even a fire. So we decided to set up shop at our current location. In 1937, we were purchased by the Drysdale family. The Drysdale family took us from having a whole bunch of American alligators that you see right here in front of you, to now having all 24 different species of crocodilian on exhibit. That's something we are very proud of. We are probably the only place in the entire world you can actually see all 24 different species in one facility. We're also very proud of the fact that we successfully breed many of our crocodilians here as well, including the endangered species. So you might have gone through the land of crocodiles and seen the 27 Siamese crocodile babies on exhibit with their parents. And that is an endangered species, so we really try to do as much as we can in the world of conservation here at the St. Augustine Alligator Farm. The alligators, they are generalist carnivores, which means that they don't care what kind of meat they're getting. Meat is meat, protein is protein. They're highly opportunistic animals, pretty much swinging their heads at anything that might fly, swim, walk, or crawl across their paths. Let's see it, buddy. You got it? There you go. All right. In the wild, alligators, they're going to start out eating a whole bunch of insects and snails as babies. They'll continue to eat snails their entire lives. They really seem to like those a lot. But of course, they do want to graduate onto the larger prey items. Small mammals, birds, lizards, turtles, fish, snakes. And then eventually, an adult American alligator, 11, 12, 13-foot long bull male, can take down as something as large as an adult deer. Now, they don't actually chew or grind up their food. Their mouths only open up and down. So what happens when they grab on to something as big as a deer or maybe a feral pig? Well, they're going to have to kill it first, maybe drown it underwater, break its neck, and then they do what TV has dubbed the death roll. It's not actually how they kill the prey, it's how they dismember it. They grab onto the side of a carcass, maybe onto a limb, and they spin around really quickly. And that tears off a manageable sized piece of meat for them to then consume. Close. You want to go again? There you go. Good little jump right there. They can jump about 2/3 their body length up out of the water. If you think about that, that's their head, forelimbs, torso, all the way down to their hind limbs. So they can really get some good air time as long as one of their 300, 400-pound friends isn't sitting on top of them. The alligators, they also do have about 70 to 80 conical-shaped teeth in their mouths, and they actually go through at least 2,000 teeth in a lifetime. They replace their teeth similar to the way that we replace our baby teeth. Now, usually we don't find hundreds of teeth every morning in the sand and filtration system. And that's because they usually lose their teeth while they're eating. So, just like that, they just kind of swallow the teeth that might break off or fall out throughout their lifetimes. Alligators also do have one of the strongest bite forces in the animal kingdom as well. People, we bite down with about 100, maybe 150 pounds per square inch, or PSI. Hyenas, lions, tigers, that's about 1,000. Alligators is just shy of 3,000 pounds of force. So they really do have quite an extraordinary bite force on them. Let's see if we can't get another good jumper right here. Who's interested? You one of the little ones? Yeah, you? Oh, you can do better than that. Oh, here we go, here's a big one. Go for it.
Take him down,
You're
blue
gonna
guy.
look
Take
at
him
it?
down.
Oh man, he's like, what's
Step ladder.
She came out of nowhere. Alright, so alligators, they also don't eat as much food as you would imagine. Even our biggest ones in here, 12, 13 footers, will only eat maybe 80 to 90 pounds of food a year. That might sound like a lot of food initially, but that's actually just the equivalent of us only eating one sandwich a week. And you might think, well, what gives? They're such large animals. They need more food than that, right? Nah, they're reptiles. They just don't need as much energy from food. All right, I got my last rat right here. We'll see if we can get another good jumper. If you all have any questions after the show, I'm going to hang out by the theater. Be more than happy to answer them. At 4 o'clock, we have a Realm of the Alligator show. I'll go down to the main alligator lagoon and talk a little bit more about their biology. Here we go. Who's going to get it? Take it. All right in front of him. All right, I'm going to get a feeding frenzy going with the rest of my pellets. Thank you all very much for coming out, though, and y'all have a wonderful day here at the Alligator Farm. Thank you.
Yeah.